Karibu sana wakili.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. I'll start with Muthuma.
As usual.
The criticism in terms of what the president said, how should we treat it? There are those who mention that perhaps we should look at it as, you know, the criticism he's receiving is simply political noise, deterring him in the fight against corruption. And there are those who think that the words coming from a head of state should actually be treated as a threat to national security. What say you?
Jesse, thank you for inviting us once more. You know, the funny thing, it's actually, let me call it, it's funny because I've had all types of noises being directed again to the president. A few months back, he was being accused of going slow on matters related to corruption. Now here he has instituted a regime to fight corruption, and now he's getting the bubs. It's as cynical as they come. Now, the president is addressing a specific group of people. He's actually directing those words to a specific clique of the people who we know very well. They are very well known. And I think you saw immediately after he got sworn in, there's a radical move that he made by actually making the judiciary financial independence. He went on again to do the same to the National Police Service. And I think what he was trying to do is to start, that's why I believe his fight against corruption started. Okay. And we all say that corruption fights back. This is what we are seeing. Just the other day, when the former governor of Kakamega was taken in by the EACC, same people who are accusing the president that he's slow on fighting matters corruption, they were there to say that the man is innocent. So I think we need to get to a point where somebody must fight corruption. Yes, it starts by words, but I'm so sure the action will follow. And that's what I want to see. We need to see people going into jail. We need to see people serving prison time. And by the way, when you put apples to apples, this is how me and you, we've been here so many times. We've had guests who are saying, no, Kenya needs to go the Singapore way. This is how Singapore started.
All right.
You need to be very deliberate to fight corruption. We have been in this city, Jesse, and we have seen what people who wield power, people who are close to the establishment, we have seen the kind of damage that they've done to the common mwananchi. Just because you have the ability to mess around our judicial system, and it has happened in the past. And I'm not saying that people should not be, given their chance to, go through the whole hog of the judicial merits.
Okay.
No, that's not what I'm advocating. But we know people who have mastered the system so well. I told you last time I was here, people know how to be corrupt and get away with it. And I believe where the president has gotten is, he had to say mambo ni matatu. Because this is where you need to start. He knows very well. We were a few years back, and we're talking about a company like Nakumat. 18 billion shillings worth of suppliers' money was siphoned. And we had a paper that said where that money went. It was siphoned out of this country to buy apartments in Dubai and Canada. That paper is there. So I think, and I'm not just giving you a case of one business alone. There have been so many people who have gotten away with corruption, and this issue that the president was directing his real anger at is something that we all know. We have actually been talking about the sophisticates of corruption in this country. So on this one, I support him 110%. It needs to start somewhere. The only thing sometimes I really look back and say, this should have started sooner. That should have started earlier. But I'm glad it has started anyway. Right. And I cannot wait to start seeing heads roll.
Well, so where the rubber meets the road, Leonard, the Constitution gives certain